I know why you're here. I'm gonna figure out how to make some snare drum. And you've been hearing about Dogecoins. What the heck is that? Well, I'll teach you both. Alright, so what is a snare? Snares are traps that you put on the ground to capture bears. Really. Snares are the meat and potatoes, green beans, the ham after the turkey dinner. Snares complete a song. Snares are made up of two elements. There's a punch. Oh gosh. Ow, jeez, my ears. And there is a tail. To learn to make our own snare, let's listen to the many different types of snares. Got it? Good. So to make a snare, we have to first create a punch. So we can be lazy and we could just steal one, and then that'll be our punch. But let's be even lazier. Let's take our kick from our last video that we made. Susan's Revenge. Let's take that and let's pitch it up. So we're gonna normalize it, raise the pitch 600 cents. If you didn't have the sample, it's because you didn't watch the last video. What the heck are you doing? Go watch the last video, dude. All right, now we have our punch, right? It doesn't sound like a snare. Let's make it sound a little bit like our beginning of the snare. So we're going to right click, edit an audio editor. Now we just want this part. I mean, even that's a little too low. We just want that part. So we're gonna double click, drag, highlight that area, trim that out. I don't know why it didn't work out the first time, but basically what you have to do is go to here, take off the click free smooth editing before you do the whole double click and drag. We won't turn that off. Make sure it's not checked. That's our punch. Punch. Yeah, cyanide in the punch. Careful what you follow. Oh, wrong one. Let's pitch this up even more. That sounds like crap. So we've got the little punch, Let's go into our piano roll. There we go. That's a good. Move it up there. Normally you're on like C5, but we're gonna move it up 2 octaves. Sounds like that, right? We had to make it nice and short, just like our financial decisions. Yeah, you just remembered that we're talking about Dogecoin today. And Dogecoin is literally just a meme coin, and you really shouldn't buy it as of right now, February 9th, 2021. That would be just a stupid idea, to buy that. Look, I know you want to get rich, but it takes hard work. You can't just buy a lottery ticket and expect handouts to become successful. Okay, so we've got this kick, right? Oh, wrong one. We've got Susan's Revenge. We cut it, we chopped it, pitched it up, and it sounds like that. What we're going to do now is we are going to create a tail. Right click, insert your symbol. You remember him, 3x oscillator. You remember this guy. Before you do anything, I'm just warning you now. Turn this down. Make sure you've done that. Once you've done that, we'll move on. Don't worry, I'll wait. And if you didn't listen, you're going to suffer the consequences. Turn these 2 down. Now we just want one of the oscillator. And what we're going to do is press this funny button. That's not the right button. Sorry. Old FO Studio. Still not used to the new one. This button here. Yeah. That's right. Sounds like you're at the beach. But we're not at the beach. We are in a cardboard box because we spent too much money on currencies that people told us to buy. Press your little gear, your little sub menu. You remember that. You remember the last video. If you haven't seen the last video, go watch it, please. To create a tail, we're going to go back into the volume envelope. Turn that bad boy on. You hear that? Oh, yeah. Like you're playing in the sand, Nice and calm. We need to control this sand or it's going to get in our butt cracks. All right, there we go. We're going to move the hold over. We're going to take the sustain and the release off. That's our tail. So now we have a little hard to hear. And yes, it does sound like crap. It really sounds like crap. You got a head. You got a tail. Kind of like some dogs, some Doge. Reminds me a lot of a Doge. You could just flip a coin and decide whether or not to buy Dogecoin. I mean, that's probably better than listening to my investment advice, which I don't give because, one Doge equals one Doge. Screw off sec. Now we are going to do something a little fun here. Let's turn this up a little. Let's turn this down, turn this up. There we go. A little bit better, right? We're going to go to our master. Go back to Edison. Yeah, you remember Edison. Good old, not Thomas Edison. Good old Edison. Down the block, Edison. We are going to click the little floppy disk and hit new. Start recording. Play it, pause it. There you go. That's it. That's your snare. Of course, remember, we don't mess with stuff out of sync. We gotta fix that crap. Go over to the low wrench from side noise. If you haven't watched the last video, that you would have known how to do this. Oh yeah, that drum roll. We're getting somewhere, right? Sounds okay. Not too bad, not too bad. So now we take that. Let's drag it here because we're gonna mess with this a little. Do a little bit of moving around. Let's. But it does sound. Oh, sounds like a snare, doesn't it? Oh, quick tip. Control L. Last video, I'm telling you. Tons of tips. Last video, you should have watched. Let's EQ this a little bit with snares. Let's do a 4x4. Snares tend to have a lot in the mid-range here, sometimes in the bass area, depending on the type of snare you like. Bring that up a little bit, you know, tighten that, and let's get some of that going too. Kind of increase those frequencies, make it sound a little more full. We could also take this blood overdrive we used last time, crank it up some. That'll give us kind of a kick. With noise, the way that it works is that you think that something's louder if it's got more white noise to it. So like, it sounds pretty loud, right? But it's actually like right under 0 decibels. And that's what the blood overdrive is doing. It's actually taking that tail that we created, fattening it up, really making it nice and good. Now we got this. We turn that and this into this. We can mess around with it a little bit, you know. Want to add some reverb, you can. Simple little reverb, mess around with that, you know, whatever makes you happy, bro. But you got a snare and you have no money. You invested all your money into Dogecoins. Let's talk about Dogecoin.
Dogecoin is a meme coin that was created in 2013 as a joke. The creator literally named himself Shibatoshi Nakamoto, which is a play on the supposed creator of Bitcoin. Dogecoin has an unlimited supply, which was an intended choice to prevent inflation over time. Elon Musk has brought attention to the coin several times, which spikes the demand for Doge that causes a mass panic of people trying to buy and fear of missing out. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just factual information provided. Please don't sue me if you spend your kids' college funds on digital currency.
All right, great. If you learned anything today, it's how to make a snare. Or you finally know what Rocket Man is always talking about with those darn doggy things. Or you didn't learn anything because you skipped the video. Either way, thanks for watching. And just, you know, do what you want to do, bro. I don't care. Buy whatever coins you want. Like, do what makes you happy. Exactly.